Hey, hello, my beautiful community. So lovely to be back here. What happens is I do a lot of bulk video recording because I'm hosting teachers training, and I've just finished a 21-day with some beautiful teachers that have gone back to their different places in the world to take yoga and yoga nidra back. And when I'm doing that, I actually don't do any recording because I'm putting my full time into my people. So yeah, it's been about 3-4 weeks now, and it's actually lovely to be back on the mat and with you. So today we're going to go into the next 4 limbs of yoga, and they are pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, and samadhi. And I'm going to get to those in a moment. The technique for this is meditation, and we're going to be going through meditation over the next few weeks. It is a huge subject. What we're going to do is we're also going to give you 21 practices that you could work with, techniques that you could work with to help you to get there. Meditation is an art. It is a skill, as I said in the very beginning of this course. And yeah, it's something that has to be practiced. If we have techniques to help us to get there, it makes it a lot easier for us. So that's why we'll be going through a whole lot of different techniques, because not everybody is the same. Everybody's unique and individual, as we say always, and not one thing works for everybody. Some people might enjoy chanting. Some people might enjoy breath work. Some people might enjoy whatever it is. But we go through different ones, and you'll find that a few of them you're able to bring into your day to help you. They are mindful practices. Meditation is very, very different. You go in deeply, okay? These help you to get there to silence the mind so that you can sit in that space. And I'm going to go into that in a moment. So meditation is... as people go about their daily lives, there's a constant mental chatter happening inside their head. And a lot of the mental chatter, people are not even aware of. There may be some thoughts that they're aware of, but there's a lot happening in the background that they're not aware of. And these thoughts are giving us feelings. And the feelings that is being given to us in the world today, that they are giving to us in the world today, are feelings of being overwhelmed, of being anxious, of being depressed, or whatever the case may be. All these lower vibrations. Now, these are self-defeating emotions, and that is because, remember, what we're feeling, we're putting into our energy field, and that is what we're attracting back to us. So that is why we want to be able to become aware of our thoughts, our feelings, and manage them, take control of them, surpass the waves of the brain, make friends with our mind, and we take control of the mind that is running on autopilot with everything that's been taught to us. As I said before, the greatest problem on the planet is the mind of man. And the only time that we can sort that out is if we all sit down by ourselves and heal our minds. So I'm going to go into that a little bit deeper in a moment. But yeah, as I said to you, and I'm just going to recap on this again, it's very important that you understand. Where does it come from? We arrive on the planet as an innocent baby, clean slate. We are then programmed into the world with information of how the world works, which was made up because everybody arrived with amnesia, not knowing where they come from, what they're doing here, so they had to make it up. If we go back to my story of the energy field of love, and I love that story because it resonated so much with me as truth, and I was able to experience it further and further. If we have arrived here to have the experience of the opposite on behalf of the Creator, okay, then the opposite is to go through fear. So we had to go through fear, and the only way we could do that is being programmed or told how life works. And that brought about your lower vibrations of competition, judgment, hatred, anger, war, everything, for Creator to have the experience of the opposite, all right? And as I said, he's not doing it to us. He is doing it to himself, having the experience, because we are, in essence, a portion of Creator. Remember, I drew the little thing in the body to say that how he built it all together. So that's pretty much where we're rolling from. And if we're coming to have fear, and in that story that came through so many years ago, it said there will be a time where it comes to the end, and that will be the date of 2012, which was in the Mayhem calendar, and things would start changing. Now, my experience is, yes, things are changing, and I explained that to you in an earlier video. That's why it's so important to go back to the beginning, watch it right the way through the beginning so that you're not left in the loop. I mean, to try and just do brief summaries through this so that you remember what we were learning. So if it was to go through all of that, and 2012 came, and now we're getting to 25, where we're going to go into the next level of people waking up. And if that is happening, that means that we have to come back to remembrance of who we are. To come back to remembrance of who we are, we need to clean the programs in the mind. And that would be everything that we've been programmed with, of how the world is, how it works, what to believe in, what to say, what to do, and everything else, which is on a physical level here, which is actually not even real, okay? It's just an illusion, or it is a great plan of Creator to experience itself. So just to give you a little idea of this, there was a lovely thing on social media that I read that resonated with me. It may or not may resonate with you. But basically what it said is, Creator said, I want to hide something from the humans until they are ready for it. It is the realization that they are creating their own reality. The eagle said, give it to me. I will take it to the moon. The Creator said, no. One day they will go there and find it. The salmon said, I will bury it in the bottom of the ocean. The Creator said, no, they will go there too. The buffalo said, I will bury it on the greater plains. The Creator said, they will cut into the skins of the earth and find it even there. Grandmother, who lives in the breast of Mother Earth and who has no physical eyes but sees with spiritual eyes, said, put it inside of them. And the Creator said, it is done. Why would it be done? Because we would never look inside ourselves. We're too busy, programmed to be out in the external world, looking for our answers, looking for solutions, looking for happiness, looking for everything outside ourselves. And it actually lies within. In the first recording, I mentioned that we are human beings. And what is human being? Hue is radiance or radiant. Man is mind, and being is soul or essence. We are a radiant mind in essence. And if we are mind, surely that's what we should be working with. So when 2012 comes along and it's time for us to remember who we are, that we are the creator of our very own reality, we have to surely then go back to who we are, our mind, where we're creating from, and we've got to take out all the old programs and reprogram ourselves with how we want to see life. Now, meditation is about coming into a space and being able to sit in that space, focusing on one thing. And as I said, you can use techniques to get there. For me, meditation, and please remember, everybody's experience of meditation is different, but we need to discuss it a little bit so people get a kind of idea what it is. Have a good look around, research it and have a look around and come up with what works for you. But for me, meditation became sitting in silence, focusing on love. I am love. And just feeling and being that love. And when you focus on love, the divine, in whichever form you worship, focus on the divine, on love. And we keep focusing on the same thing over and over in repetition. We are eventually putting it into the subconscious mind that we are love. And we're able to merge back with love into the essence of who we are, the oneness. All is one. So this is a huge thing, and as I said, we're reprogramming the mind with, everybody has their own choice of what they want to program it with. As we said, what we think and feel and say is what we create. Surely if we're creating love, life becomes bliss. And we fall back into the remembrance of who we are. So once we do this, we come back to seeing life through the eyes of the soul. The mask persona falls away because we have taken out all the old programs. We come back to seeing life through the eyes of the soul, which brings us back to love. When we're seeing life through the eyes of the soul, there is no fear. We realize it's an illusion. So I'm just going to take you through the different, the four next limbs. We've seen that there are 8 limbs in yoga. The first 2 have to do with how we treat ourselves and how we treat others. We have to be in a correct mind to be able to treat ourselves well and to treat others well. So that means that we have to work with the mind to get to that space, to be able to have the outlook to life, to behave like that. The next one is asana, which everybody thinks that yoga is, but that's just a small part to be able to make the body flexible to sit or lie in positions for a long time for meditation. We looked at pranayama. Pranayama is breath control, and this is one of the techniques that you can use to silence the mind and to focus on the breath to take you through the rest of the way. All the rest have to do with the mind and the different levels that you will slip through to get there. So the first one is pratyahara, which is called withdrawal of senses. We need to withdraw our external senses from the world because they are what give us our cravings or our desires. If our eyes are open, we may see a restaurant and want to go to the restaurant, or we may smell pizza cooking and want to eat the pizza. So we have to close off all the external senses. Now, this is quite a big thing because a lot of people are saying you can do meditation anywhere with your eyes open. If you're in the shop, you can practice mindfulness anyway to help you to get to meditation. But meditation, to get to the final, you have to have withdrawal of senses. So all of those are mindful practices that will take you there. Okay, and we're going to go through a whole lot of other mindful practices that you can do to help you go there. But meditation, you have to slip into pratyahara, which is withdrawal of senses, turning off the external senses and moving into the inner senses. Feel this, hear this, touch this, and see it in your mind's eye, okay? The next one that we slip into is called dharana, which is concentration. That is your one-pointed awareness, the thing that you're holding your mind on, be it mantra, be it breath work, whatever the technique that you're using, you hold your mind on that. If the mind happens to drift, you gently pull it back. Now remember, it's very important not to get angry with yourself when you're practicing this. It's just observing it and without judgment, gently bringing as you catch the thought coming up, just bringing it back. Saying, you are of no concern right now. And I taught that in the very, very first lesson, where I said that you'll sit observing love, being love, or observing the divine, and when a thought comes along, you catch it. We're teaching it like a child from the beginning and say, you have no concern right now. And as you catch it, just bring yourself back to observing love. So that is the one-pointed awareness. And with time, those thoughts get further and further apart. We don't judge them. We don't get angry with them. We just let it be and bring ourselves back to that space. From there, you would slip into dhyana, and dhyana is meditation on the divine. We want to meditate on the divine, okay, so that we can merge back with the divine. And it's a very beautiful practice to or level that you slip through as you're going through. And the last one would be samadhi, which is union. And that is the whole intention of meditation, of coming back to merge with self with finite with infinite, which is samadhi. So we're going to be going through all those different levels. There are many reasons why you want to meditate, okay? Meditation is the clearing from the subconscious mind, all the programs, and reprogramming ourselves as a unique individual as how we want to see and experience life, okay? So the benefits are many. We gain the flow of radiance from the soul, where we get guidance and inspiration. It stimulates our self-sensory system, which creates a communication between ourself and our mind and our mind and our body. It develops the neutral mind, which is where we want to move into, or the contented mind, regardless of what's going on. It takes us from finite to infinite perceptions of reality through the connection to the clarity of the soul. Remember, soul is pure. It knows everything. It promotes well-being, inner peace, stability, and calmness. It also develops our intuition. It releases reaction and unconscious habits, subconscious fears, and blockages, and builds the spontaneous and intuitive link to awareness itself. It gives mastery over transforming emotions and commotions into devotion. So instead of looking at our own emotions and our worries and everything else, we move into devotion. How may I serve? It gives the ability to focus energy, enhancing effectiveness and efficiency. It promotes clarity of mind, mental awareness, and the ability to be present. We need to be present in the moment. For the pure reason, we have to be watching and be aware of our thoughts and feelings to manage them. And if we're not present in the moment, we're not able to do that. It resolves core issues of stress-producing patterns and develops the frontal lobe, which controls the personality. So meditation is the practice of yoga. And as you can see, it is much huger than what most people thought it to be. And it's about cleansing the mind, again, from all the old programs and taking out everything that we've been given as a belief, as a unique individual, and creating how we want to see life. And as I said before, everybody, if they had a choice of how to experience life, would be from love. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is wrap it up there for today, and next week we'll be going into the different techniques that you can use to help you to get into meditation. The first one's going to be Yoga Nidra, my very favorite subject, and we'll go along from there. Just to remind you that this is not a certified course, but it is just to give you techniques to help yourself. If you'd like to go deeper, remember I can only touch on certain subjects. I cannot go as deep into them with the time that we have. But if you would like to go deep in them, you're welcome to join us at our retreat on a 7 or a 10-day retreat. Or if you're interested in teaching, to please contact us. My details for my email address and everything is in the link below, and also our website, so we would love to have you. And remember also, always make sure with your medical practitioner, it's not to replace any advice by your medical advisor, and have a beautiful week.